Today's story, man, it hits deep. A law enforcement officer, a dad, the husband, a brother, unalived Thanksgiving night just last year, and the suspect, his own brother. That ain't the kind of story you expect. We're heading down to Wagamon, Louisiana, walking through what we know, what is still unclear, and asking the questions you might be asking right now. Let's get into it. What's up, family? It's your Insider Scoop Report back again. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like, share this video, and drop your city down in the comments so I know where y'all are tuning in from. So, according to the local reports, on the evening of November the 27th, just after 5:30 p.m., deputies responded to a call in Wagamon, and it was at the 30 block Margoldi Lane. I believe it was Margoldi Lane. But anyway, once they got there, they found a 35-year-old. His name was Shaquille Guerin. He was lying in the street outside of a home, suffering at least one gunshot wound. Now, the first responders, they tried to save him, paramedics, fellow officers, but it was too late, and the deputies pronounced him unalived at the scene. Now, the department later confirmed that Shaquille was a deputy with St. John the Baptist Parish Sheriff's Office, and he had been on for about 8 years. And he worked uniform patrol in Detective Bureau. So the alleged shooter, his brother, Darius Guerin, he was 32 years old. The authorities said that he fled the scene and a vehicle after shooting his brother. But the story, it doesn't end there. So the police spotted the vehicle around 8 o'clock that night, and the suspect refused to stop, triggering a police chase. Can y'all believe that? So eventually, the police pulled him over, and can you believe this man got out the car and tried to run? But of course, the police officers caught up to him, recovered the firearm along the path he ran, and now he's facing second-degree murder charges. Now, Shaquille wasn't just a badge. Like I said, he was a father, he was a husband, of course, a public servant. So he's leaving behind a wife and 3 children. Now, his coworkers described him as someone that was the heart of a public servant, someone positive, somebody dedicated, and they said that the whole department is hurting without him. He was a great asset. He had previously been honored for brave acts that he did. They talk about how he recently helped save a man who was butchered with a machete. And that's the kind of public service commitment you don't forget. So when you hear something like officer unalive, you think on duty. But this happened off duty on a family night, Thanksgiving, a time supposed to be for gratitude, togetherness, but instead pain, grief, and shock. And here's what gets me though, and I want you to think about it too. An officer unalived by his own brother, that flips the script. Then ain't just crime meeting law enforcement. That's family tragedy meeting public tragedy. And so when the suspect is a brother and then someone with a shared history, home ties, there are a lot of questions that comes up. What is the motive? What is his mental health like? Any family trauma people don't always want to talk about. I mean, to the rest of us, how do we even begin to wrap our minds around losing a public servant because of a family conflict? What does that say about GUN assets, about domestic issues, about issues in with them families, the trauma. And the suspect didn't just run, he resisted. He literally tried to escape, and the chase ended with him being cuffed. And as far as I know, as of now, the case is ongoing. The authorities, they're still investigating. To this day, we don't know what sparked the incident, but domestic dispute, there's something deeper. That's family issues. We don't know what it is. We'll keep you guys updated as I get more information, but the mystery, it does leave communities with unease, questions, fear, especially in neighborhoods where violence, GUNs, brother on brother incidents already hit close to home. Do you think truth and transparency in situations like this are enough? Or do communities need deeper healing and support to actually prevent stuff like this from happening? And I don't want this video to just be another, you know, crime report video. That's not what I'm after here. I want it to be a moment to reflect. Like this tragedy, it does show that sometimes danger doesn't come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from inside. We're supposed to be safe. Your family, your home, your blood. We talk a lot about stranger violence, gang violence, street violence, but family violence, especially involving GUNs, that's different, and it cuts deep. It shakes trust, it shakes faith and safety in communities like Wagamon and across the South. We've seen cycles of hurt, cycles of silence, cycles of the trauma that's passed down. But then when tragedies like this happen, the officer, the father, the protector, they aren't immune. What role do you think the community support and mental health resources and gun safety should play, especially when families involved are having family related issues? Is the silence making things worse? I mean, I think they are. We got to honor the life lost, not just as law enforcement casualty, but as a human being. This was a father, a husband. This was a brother, a son. To the family, we see you. To the kids, we hope you find strength. And to the community, we do demand justice, transparency, and healing. We don't want your story to disappear. We don't want buzz or gossip. We want truth. We want answers. We want change. And if you are hearing this story from the outside, would you expect full transparency from police, media, community leaders? Or do you think sometimes information stays hidden when the shooter is family? This was a crazy one. And that's the raw truth behind the shooting in Wagaman. Is heavy, is painful, but it is real. And if this video made you feel something, shock, sadness, anger, or even confusion, hit the like button, subscribe, share this with someone you trust. And also drop your thoughts down below. I want to know what you think. Do you think there should be deeper investigations when crimes are committed by family members, even when one is a cop? We got to keep talking about stories like this, and we have to keep remembering and we have to keep demanding better. This is Inside a Scoop Report. Stay safe, stay aware, and always look out for your people. Catch y'all next time.